grid start here, so a delayed start for the fast boys, and one of those fast boys will be Scott Lawrence. And as I mentioned, that car runs something like 560 horsepower driving through four wheels.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have been too much fun in the second race, which was pretty wet for those guys. But so these drying conditions, that who knows? We'll just hang around for a couple of minutes. It's guaranteed that the weather's going to change. Some more of the local Super 6s getting away. Car 5 there, Bryce Thompson. It's a little Mazda RX-7. Car 66, Dean Moore. Another one of the Invercargill locals.
Interesting to see if they get car 60 out again. John Muir from Gore and the Holden Commodore had a big hit in race number 2, took the front off it, but drove it back to the pits. Can you believe it?
And you sort of caught up with them after that, and they were having a good old chuckle about it. They were just happy to make the TV coverage.
That's exactly right. They're pretty happy because they thought it was going to be on television. This is Paul Muir. This is his brother.
Yeah, that one's looking a little bit straighter than the other one. Next car away, and that'll be Howard Kingsford-Smith in the Nissan Primera. He ran 4th in the second race.
It must be so hard for these fast guys just to sit there and wait and think, gee, I've got all this work ahead of me. This is a big field of cars.
Stan Moore from Temuka, another one of the Mitsubishi Evo ones, which are pretty popular down south, running in the Kumo Tyres Sports Saloon Series. Still that standing water down through into turn number 1. There's Matt Dunn getting away.
Just in behind him, number 41, and that's Rob Ralston in the Nissan Silvia, another local here from Invercargill.
Yeah, car's been pretty quick throughout the weekend, certainly featured in the first race. Third place finish behind Gary Duncan and Matt Dunn.
He's just got going as Brodie Finley comes through to complete 1. So that's the sort of handicap the guys like Gary Duncan and also that Scott Lawrence will be contending with.
Kevin Varney having some problems in the second race. He fell back through the order to go back to 5th. There's Matt Dunn. That is a deceptively very, very quick little Toyota Corolla. Turbocharged 4-cylinder.
Look, talking to some of the guys in the production GT class, they're all very wary of Matt Dunn. That thing is like a light switch in a straight line. He just hits the go pedal and it just rockets.
Yeah, Matt Edgar's similar examples, exactly the same. Yeah, you're right. The boys just refer to them as those green Corollas.
It's made easy work of getting around Ashley Hooper to move up 1 spot. In these handicap races, it all happens with about 2 to go, and if the handicapper's got it absolutely dead right, factoring in the conditions, the wind chill, everything else we've got here at Teretonga, should be a blanket finish. We've seen that a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have 7 degrees with wind chill. I'm not even going to go there. We're sort of in the nice warm commentary box, so we're pretty spoilt in that way, but hey, at least the track's pretty dry. It's just been unbelievable what this weather has been doing over the last couple of days. So lots of diversity out there for the Ford and Holden fans with the Super 6s running in amongst the Nissans and the Silvia, the Mitsubishis, of course, Subarus.
It's one of the fastest men on the circuit, or has been in the previous 2 races. That's Gary Duncan. There's Kevin Varney. Just 2 back. And there is the man that won race number 2 in the wet, and that is Scott Lawrence. So these are the quick boys.
Yeah, well, we saw Matt Dunn before. He was unlapping himself effectively. Ashley Cooper is still the leader of this race with the handicap start. Such was the handicap for some of the quicker guys back. It's Kevin Varney in the Hydrolink Subaru, as we've discussed over the weekend, effectively takes over the championship lead in production GT with a non-appearance this weekend. Oh, Brodie Finlay with a big accident. That's made big contact with the tyre wall. Oh, that is going off at 1,000,000. Popped the windscreen out of it and everything.
That is hit tremendously hard.
Those earth-filled tyre barriers are very, very hard, and that was always going to win that one between a Honda Civic and the earth wall. It just got off onto the grass and picked up speed. I think that might have been on the run up sort of towards turn 3, the run through 3 to 4 up towards 5.
Rugby practice for Varney.
Very surprised if that doesn't bring out the safety car. No call on that yet.
Exactly the same thing. No call from race radio. Yes. Still green. So
car over to the right.
Continue to race.
So Ashley Hooper now with about a 6-second advantage over Russell Keeler, who was very, very quick in the second race, and another one of the Super 6s. If that was smoke or spray off the back of Kevin Varney's Hydrolink spray. You said in race 2 that they had been struggling with an oil leak. They definitely had some issue in the second race that dropped them back down the order. So Varney currently in the 14th position. Here comes Matt Dunn. You watch this little Corolla up against a Subaru WRX. About now, just goes by the WRX like it's standing still. That's just not right.
That's the power of this little Corolla. It's incredible.
Weighs nothing. Very, very lightweight little car.
Matt and his brother Chris, regular competitors down this neck of the woods. Chris has got that very, very fast Hayabusa Toyota hybrid.
It's definitely smoke out the back of Kevin Varney's Subaru, just on that right side.
Yeah, I'd say this is a reoccurrence of the oil problems they had after race number 1. And I'd say it's getting worse and worse.
Oh, that's terminal. He's parking it. Kevin Varney got some big issues. Could even be a power steering issue, but judging by the way it's coming out from sort of around that front wheel area.
Oh, this is Matt Dunn.
He's gone guarding and just nudges the barriers with the front of what used to be a straight little Toyota Corolla. Oh, that's a big lose. Right in front of Ralston. He knew where he was going. Look where the helmet's facing. And bang into another earth-filled barrier. So that's going to end the chances certainly of Matt Dunn. So I think Matt Edgar's the one to watch.
Surprise, surprise, the rain is pattering down here at Teretonga once again. This is a battle for first and second. It's the Super Sixes, it's Hooper. That's him in the blue car, and right in behind him is Bryce Thompson in second place.
Yeah, so we got 4 Super Sixes.
There as well. This is Russell Keeler, is it? No.
Sam Padden actually in there, a little bit of contact.
A bit of contact in the fastest part of the racetrack.
On the straight. Yeah, Sam Padden up into that 3rd position, battling for 2nd. I think Scott Lawrence has got some issues because he's sort of lapping on similar lap speed with the Super Sixes.
Well, Thompson just shoved out of the way, so Padden's moved up into 2nd place now. There's a gaggle of traffic in front of them.
So just looking for the gap for Matt Edgar. 22 seconds and 2 laps. But the rain is falling again here in Invercargill. Oh, Ralston's gone
as well. In the Nissan.
Well, you'd expect all of these guys to be just mindful of the conditions. Just locked up the rears and around it went. I was going to say, all these guys will be on slicks, but of course they're on a dot-rated performance tyre, not a slick tyre with the production GTs. It's good racing from the Super Sixes.
It's fantastic.
Having their own private battle. So there's 4 of them in there now. Gary Duncan's the first of the quick boys within 20 seconds of the lead, up into the 5th position.
This is Thompson having a good long look up the inside, decides better of it.
Yeah, Sam Padden is going to take over the race lead. Hooper sideways off the curb, off the exit of the last corner. Last lap board about to come out.
Well, Hooper made a pig's ear of that, didn't he? It looked like it's second nailed down, it's all gone.
So it's the 912 of Sam Padden out in front, the black Commodore. So we've got a pair of Holdens and a pair of Fords.
Russell Keeler finished 2nd in race number 2. He's battling now with the Ashley Hooper car.
Gary Duncan within 10 seconds of the lead in 5th, chasing down the Super Sixes, and his last lap was 10 seconds quicker than the race leader.
Who are you going to put your money on?
So wait for it. There's the top 4. You're just there's Gary Duncan coming through off the sweeper.
Can he do it? Can he do it in 1 lap? I don't know that he can.
Well, he set the fastest lap of the race on that last one at a 1:09. Sam Padden did a 1:19. Thompson and Hooper in the 1:21s, 1:22. So this is going to be very, very close. And the leader's getting held up a little bit here in lap traffic himself, 1:22.
Brett Cross
from Winton.
Doing a good job for Gary Duncan, but not such a good job for Sam Padden.
So can Gary Duncan get to them? They're going to start running out of track shortly.
He is just in the back of the shot.
He's not far away, and he knows that little turbo car is quick.
And these guys can't clear this car in front of them. Now he's going to run out of real estate, I'm sure of it. Big puddle there for Hooper.
Here comes Duncan.
The last corner.
Here comes Duncan. I think he might come up just a little bit short. I don't think he's going to get to Sam Padden. He's going to give it a go. He's definitely going to get 2nd.
What a performance from the back of the field for Gary Duncan.
So the Super Sixes prevail here in the final race for the production GTs, with Sam Padden taking the victory from Gary Duncan in the little Mitsubishi Evo 1 to go with his win in the first race of the weekend. Bryce Thompson 3rd, Russell Keeler in 4th ahead of Ashley Hooper, with Matt Edgar in the very, very quick little Toyota Corolla in 6th.